くぞてめえら。
Ever wondered what true intensity looks like on screen? From samurai duels to blood-soaked revenge, Japanese action movies take brutality to a whole new level. In this video, we're counting down the top 10 best Japanese brutal action movies on Netflix right now, featuring heart-pounding fights, epic strategies, and unstoppable warriors. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, so you never miss the most intense action-packed movie recommendations. Let's start our countdown. Number 10. Demon City. What if a man everyone thought was finished comes back darker, stronger, and hungry for revenge? Demon City pulls you into a brutal world where pain turns into power. This Japanese live-action manga adaptation delivers raw intensity from start to finish. The film follows a legendary hitman returning to a city that betrayed him. Every moment feels heavy, silent, and deadly. The action is savage and personal. Close combat fights, knife attacks, gun violence, and relentless one-on-one brutality. No flashy hero moments, just pure survival and rage. Demon City blends revenge, crime, and dark action into a gritty experience. If you love violent Japanese action with emotional weight and brutal fights, this one hits hard. Number 9. 11 Rebels. What happens when honor is your weapon and death is already decided? 11 Rebels throws you straight into one of Japan's bloodiest eras. This samurai period action film is raw, intense, and unforgiving. Set during the brutal Boshin War, the movie follows a doomed group of warriors sent on a mission with no return. The action is fierce and grounded, sword clashes, close-range combat, chaotic battlefield attacks, and non-stop tension. Every fight feels heavy, dirty, and real, with no mercy for the weak. 11 Rebels mixes samurai action, war drama, and sacrifice. If you enjoy historical Japanese action with brutal sword fights and emotional intensity, this movie is a must-watch on Netflix. Number 8. Golden Kamuy. What if survival, revenge, and hidden treasure collide in one brutal journey? Golden Kamuy drops you into a cold and dangerous world where every step can mean death. This Japanese action thriller mixes history with non-stop intensity. Set in the late Meiji era, the film follows a battle-hardened war hero pulled into a deadly hunt across Hokkaido. The action is wild and unpredictable: gunfights, knife combat, survival fights, and brutal encounters with both humans and nature. Violence feels raw, sudden, and ruthless. Golden Kamuy blends action, adventure, and historical thriller perfectly. If you enjoy violent treasure hunts, survival action, and gritty Japanese storytelling, this Netflix movie is a powerful must-watch. Number 7. Blade of the Immortal. What if death refuses to take you, no matter how many times you fall? Blade of the Immortal delivers one of the most brutal samurai experiences ever made. Starring Takuya Kimura, this film is dark, violent, and emotionally heavy. The movie follows an immortal swordsman trapped in endless bloodshed. The action is savage and non-stop: graphic sword fights, limb-cutting battles, gun versus blade combat, and chaotic mass killings. Every fight feels painful and raw, with no clean victories. Blade of the Immortal mixes samurai action, revenge, and dark fantasy. If you love ultra-violent Japanese sword action with deep emotional weight and relentless combat, this Netflix movie is an absolute must-watch. Number 6. Hell Dogs. What if revenge turns a cop into something darker than the criminals he hunts? Hell Dogs is a hard-hitting Japanese action thriller that pulls you into the violent underworld of the Yakuza. The film follows a broken police officer sent deep undercover, where survival depends on rage, instinct, and brute force. The action is raw and explosive: street brawls, brutal fistfights, knife attacks, and sudden outbursts of violence. Every clash feels unpredictable and dangerous, with tension always boiling. Hell Dogs blends crime, psychological tension, and savage action. If you enjoy dark undercover stories, violent Yakuza drama, and intense character-driven action, this Netflix movie hits hard and fast. Number 5. High and Low, the worst. What if high school turns into a full-scale battlefield? High and Low, the worst brings raw street energy and non-stop chaos. This Japanese action film is all about power, pride, and brutal showdowns. The movie throws rival schools into a war for dominance. The action is fast, loud, and relentless. Mass street brawls, bare-knuckle fights, group clashes, and bone-crushing punches. No guns, no swords, just pure physical combat and gang-style violence. Every fight feels explosive and stylish. High and Low, the worst blends youth action, gang drama, and street fighting. If you love large-scale brawls, aggressive characters, and intense hand-to-hand action, this Netflix movie is an absolute adrenaline rush. Number 4. Kingdom 4, Return of the Great General. What if one battlefield decides the fate of legends? Kingdom 4, Return of the Great General delivers massive war action on an epic scale. This film raises the intensity higher than ever. The movie is packed with grand battles and emotional clashes. Expect huge army attacks, cavalry charges, spear combat, sword duels, and brutal one-on-one fights between legendary warriors. The action feels powerful, loud, and non-stop, with war chaos everywhere. Kingdom 4 blends historical war, action, and heroism. If you love large-scale battles, fearless generals, and high-stakes warfare with brutal combat, this Japanese Netflix movie is a must-watch for action lovers. Number 3. Rurouni Kenshin, The Final and the Beginning. What if the deadliest swordsman must face his blood-stained past one last time? Rurouni Kenshin, The Final and the Beginning deliver emotional and brutal samurai action at its peak. Based on the legendary manga, these films complete Kenshin's journey in a powerful way. Expect fast, razor-sharp sword fights, intense one-on-one duels, large-scale battles, and brutal close combat action. Every strike feels precise, painful, and meaningful. The action is stylish yet grounded, mixing speed, skill, and raw emotion. Together, these films blend samurai action, tragedy, and redemption. If you love emotional storytelling with deadly sword combat and dark Japanese action, these Netflix movies are absolute masterpieces. Number 2. Warriors of the Rainbow, Sedic Bale. What if fighting back is the only way to protect honor and identity? Warriors of the Rainbow, Sedic Bale is a powerful and brutal historical action drama that hits hard both emotionally and physically. The action is raw and fearless: tribal warfare, ambush attacks, gun battles, and savage hand-to-hand combat. Every fight feels desperate and intense, driven by survival rather than victory. Violence is harsh, realistic, and deeply emotional. This movie blends historical war, rebellion, and tragedy. If you enjoy intense war action with cultural depth, brutal combat, and a serious tone, this Netflix movie delivers a heavy and unforgettable experience. Number 1. 13 Assassins. What if just 13 samurai could take on an army of 200? 13 Assassins is a brutal and relentless samurai action masterpiece that keeps you on the edge of your seat. The action is fierce and unflinching. Expect epic sword duels, strategic ambushes, arrows, explosives, and bloody hand-to-hand combat. Every fight is meticulously crafted, showing skill, strategy, and raw violence. The final battle alone is a non-stop massacre of precision and intensity that defines the meaning of sacrifice and honor. This film is pure samurai action with themes of revenge, loyalty, and courage. If you crave tactical, blood-soaked combat with a dark edge, 13 Assassins is an unmissable Japanese Netflix action classic. And that's a wrap on our countdown of the top 10 best Japanese brutal action movies on Netflix right now. From unstoppable samurai to relentless warriors, these films prove that Japanese action is pure intensity and adrenaline. Which one will you watch first, or have you already seen some of these epic battles? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more action-packed movie recommendations every week.